Hey Collective, and welcome to Like Page Way. I hope you're all doing well. I think the energy that's coming through, I've been getting this energy for a couple of days. I've been waiting, to get more clarification on it. But we've got a healing message that's going to come through. So over the last few days in my feed, I've been seeing shorts, reels of children. One particular one was, is it Michael Barrymore? That show, Kids Say the Funniest Things. And it's just children, they're so innocent, they're just amazing. And when I meditated today, it was like, do you know those when you play back old movies, and it was a bit how a negative looks, with the holes at the top of the film, but it wasn't a negative, obviously, but it was that sort of style. I can't think how to call it. And again, it was like a recording of memories of childhood, and it was just like that, just everything related back to children and childhood. And then at the end, it was like pictures of adults and children colouring, just making different creative childlike pictures. And then one of the pictures came to life. It sort of became 3D, and then there was, once it sort of like popped up into a 3D version, it was like the added bits to it, like bits of clay and stuff. And then this bit, I don't know whether it was just relevant, if it's relevant to somebody that is going to watch this message, or whether it was just something random. But the name Richard, it was one of the art projects, it had the name Richard on there. So what I got from all of this, there's a need to step into some childlike energy. Some of you may need to do some inner child work, and heal that inner child. So I'm gonna see what comes out of these mythology. So yeah, it's like when you're a child, you have all these like fantasies and of dragons and stuff like that. There's a need to step into that, and the mystery of it. Allow that creativity to flow. Some of you, by stepping into that childlike energy, healing that inner child, you're going to find that your abilities and your gifts are going to get stronger. Some of you will be, while meditating and going into, into a still state, memories of the past, of the things that used to get you all excited and stuff like that are going to come up, and you're going to be reminded of them. Yeah, we've got spirit. Yeah, this, once you've gone through this inner child healing and connecting with the inner child, Spirit is going to show you possibly some creative ideas. Some projects. Yeah, it's going to be a whirlwind because you're going to be shown so many ideas and stuff, and you know, there's a need to really get sucked in to that, you know, creative flow, and by connecting with the inner child, that's how you're going to do that. So let's see with the tarot. Yeah, it's just like when you was a child, what made you really excited? You know, did you stare up at the stars? Did you, you know, lie on the grass and watch the clouds and, you know, find shapes within the clouds? Did you sit on the grass and make daisy chains? You know, there's a need to go out and do that. Some of you haven't done anything like that for such a long time. You've forgotten how to play, how to imagine. Some of you, trigger warning, some of you wasn't shown how to play. Your parents didn't play with you. They didn't, you know, do things like that. They didn't like encourage you to use your imagination and, you know, help you, you know, colour in and do a jigsaw and stuff like that. I'm sorry if that's how your childhood was. That's awful. But if you did go through that sort of childhood, there's a need to heal that. Some of you could need to meditate or try and remember the very first memory that you had where you was discouraged, you was hurt, pushed away. You know, that very first memory when you was a child, and connect with that little boy or that little girl and show that little boy or that little girl the love that, you know, you needed. You know, show them encouragement, compassion, give them a hug, because that is a step to healing that inner child. Yeah, the home. Some of you now that do have children are struggling to play with your child because you wasn't shown yourself. You want that happy, you know, that picture perfect family, but you don't know how to go about it because you wasn't shown. You didn't have it. You know, and for those that was born in the, you know, the 80s, you'll know that, you know, we was literally left to our own devices. We got up and we went out and we didn't go back home till the street lights came on, you know. What else do we have to help the collective? Yeah, there's a sense of pride here. I'm getting pride with the Six of Wands. Some of you are scared of because if you think back to that show with Michael Barrymore, Children Say the Funniest Things, you know, kids when they was talking and they was coming out, kids don't care, they just come out with stuff, there's no filter. But you're scared that if you step into that childlike way and connect with the inner child and stuff like that, that people are gonna judge you. But there is a need to conquer this, because it will release a lot of burden, because there's a lot of heaviness because of that. And you know, it's transferring, if you do have children, it's transferring onto your other children as well. So there's a need to release that burden, because the 4 to the 6 is a 10. There's a lot of burden here. Some of you will try and have fun. You will set up a fun day, whether it's, you know, a day out, or whether it's, you know, a creative activity. But you won't allow it to flow. You've got to control, because we've got the 2 of Wands between this as well. You have to feel like you're in control, planning each and every aspect of it. You know, you need to allow it to flow. Let go of control, you know. And if you do have children and you're playing with your child and you're struggling how to play, follow the child's lead. Let the child lead. Some of you will benefit from, you know, just sit there colouring. Just sit there with a colouring book just to begin with. You know, just to get into the habit of, you know, creating something, adding a little bit of colour to it, you know. They do adult colouring books as well, and it'll relieve a lot of stress as well. Some of you could be working too hard, and you know, there's a need to take a little bit of time out of your week, you know, to have that little bit of fun, to be creative. And to have passion with what it is that you're doing. It's all Wands, it's all passion, creativity, you know. Be adaptable with your routine. Because at the minute, you've got the Queen of Wands. You need to be passionate, adaptable. But at the minute, you're in this sword energy. You're being controlling. You're controlling the whole situation. Let go of control. Some of you, I'm just looking here, some of you are being reminded of your childhood already, through dreams, downloads. The past is coming back up. This video, this message here is confirmation for you that are already having the dreams, that you know you need to do that inner child work, the inner child healing, to allow you to step into your creativity. once you've stepped into that creativity, you're going to be really, really victorious with it. You're going to get, some of you will get a lot of public recognition. Anything else? Yeah, the ten of swords reversed and temperance. Yeah, there's a need to, you know, heal those childhood wounds. Some of you have kept this hidden for quite some time. You may never ever have spoke about it, but there's a need, you know, to heal that and balance out. And for those that are finding yourselves too busy, there's a need to balance that work life, playtime, you know. This is all about healing. Yeah, because it's blocking you. It's blocking that creativity if you do not heal it. It's also going to end up blocking your intuition as well. Holding on to things. Yeah. Yeah, some of you may need to forgive your parents as well. You know, it's got the king and the queen out now as you go through this. Whoa. Yeah, because things are heavy. This is a very heavy energy, and you've held onto it for however long, you know. If you think of how a child is, you know, they're so light, you know, they're always happy, laughing, joking around, you know. They haven't really got a care in the world, or shouldn't have. And that's how you should feel, you know. You shouldn't have a care. The Ace of Wands now. You shouldn't have a care in the world. Be you. Have that new beginning. Step in whatever it is that, you know, that lights you up. Tap into that. Create with that. I'm going to get a healing therapy card. Yeah, be willing to forgive straight off the bat. So some of you are going to need to, you know, forgive your parents. And, you know, forgiveness for yourself, you know, for holding on to this for so long, for it to stopping you living your life, having fun, being happy. Yeah, it's time to sing and dance. Don't care. Do not care what other people think. I'm just going to read the bottom of this card. So be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Did I say before, as you tap into that childlike energy, you know, that creative energy, oh, giving the camera a bit of a wobble, Some of you will be tapping into your psychic abilities, because at the moment you're blocking them. Yeah, third eye chakra. It's safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras and visions. Yeah, you need release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So you need to, release this burden. Allow yourself to heal that inner child. Allow your imagination to run free. One more, please. One more. Archangel Michael. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Yes, so the divine is bringing up these memories of your childhood for a reason, to heal the past, to heal that inner child. So remember, when you get a moment and you're thinking back, try and think back to that very, very first memory of when, you was discouraged, ignored, hurt. Just give her or him a hug. Tell him or her that you love you, and that you're proud of them, and everything that you needed to hear, tell that child. I'm going to leave that there. I hope this resonates with you. Hit that like button and leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I shall see you soon. Bye.